no matter which gemba I go, he will pick up one material at some point throughout the gemba walk, and he will put that material on top of his hand and present that to the operators. And I always been wondering why he's doing that. And some people say it's his performance or whatever, and some people that's the real way of respecting people and stuff. But because one of the things I recognized was that one is that by putting a material on his hand and present to the operators, who is his customer, he is understanding what the customer wants or needs in that process. How does a customer want the materials to be presented? And when the operators really like that particular location, he or she will make a big smile, and there's a interesting eye contact going on between them that confirming that location makes a lot of sense. Another reason why he's doing that is it's a coaching, right? Because I've seen him doing that all the time, I kind of learned that, okay, that's where he wants the material to be. Now, because I worked with him for 20 years, I also know the trick is that he's giving us a hint. And if I exactly place the material where he put the hand, I will get in trouble later if he will ask me, are you trying to become a copycat? And he doesn't want anybody to become a copycat. He wants the thinker. So he's giving us a hint on where the material should be. And another line that I found this to be interesting is he's always talking about his sensei. His sensei is not Taichi Ono. His sensei was one of the first generation Ono students, Mr. Cho, Mr. Kusunoki, Mr. Giya, Mr. Yoshikawa, Mr. Hayashi. I heard a lot of stories from, and he had a huge respect to those people who coached him. And he knows that those first generation TPS guys respected Taichi Ono and Mr. Suzumura for the challenges that they got. And it's one of his thing that he's thinking no matter which gemba he goes, and he knows that those gemba will never be visited by any of his coaches, but he's sort of imagining inside himself, communicate, if my coach was here, how would he challenge me? What kind of thinking he would challenge me to come up with? And I think that's one interesting way of developing, because we all have coaches. We might not be getting the immediate coaching, but we can reflect on the places where they put those materials to think about what kind of coaching he would challenge me right now. I'm not saying I can accurately describe, but based on my experience, and I think this is the advantage of people like Tom who worked at Toyota, or Dr. M, you work with Dr. Imai. So we can always continue to reflect on the coachings that we got from the past to continuously challenge ourselves to think a little bit more about the particular locations or particular lines that we have developed, right? And another interesting line that I saw with, and this impacts the development of the people, is the self-curiosity, right? If the person is not interested in discovering more new ideas, new points, you won't develop by yourself, or the development speed will be extremely slow. And I think that's the reason why I think Toyota used like word jishuken, self-study. Is that if you don't have the interest to learn further, it's just a waste of time. So he was curious about where would be the best place to locate the material until he was the last visit of the show floor. And he didn't know that would become a last visit of his show floor, but he had this curiosity to continuously discover what's the ideal location and how can I bring that material to that location and continuously improve the system. That curiosity drove him to his level. And the final thing is this is entirely a co-learning environment that he's trying to create. It's not just he is learning or he is only coaching to me. We can learn together about where is the ideal location. Nobody can talk to Taichi Ono anymore, but if we co-learn, we might be able to reach the ideal level. And this is something that I think impacts the time of development that Tom mentioned about, is like, can we keep these lines from a simple Kaizen that we made, or a simple location of I laugh about tool because I got so many coaching about the tooling positioning. But these things would, if I think about that more deeper about what he's showing on Gemba, that will help us develop further. So yeah, I just wanted to repeat what my father said about, I think I said it before, respect the human, right? We have limited time, so don't waste any of our time, and respect our humanity. We have unlimited humanity, so we should always embrace our creativity, capability, whatever the thing that we talked about. And I also wanted to repeat